And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Cleveland Guardians. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Coming up on the first pitch and starting this one, Tanner Bybee. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go now? In now for the Reds, TJ Friedl. And that's outside. And we are underway.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Next offering is fouled back. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
The Reds signed Ellie in 2018, but it took a few years for him to stand out in their minor league system. In 2021, he went from an unranked prospect to a player on a fast track to the majors. Few scouts out there believe a growth spurt helped change Ellie's entire career.
Line drive. Nice grab.
Batting third.
Here's the lineup for the Reds.
Matt McLean.
Two outs, base is empty. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Matt McLean.
You know, the Reds were lucky they even noticed De La Cruz. They sent a scout to the Dominican Republic to watch a different player, but Ellie was playing in the same program. The Reds liked what they saw and offered him a deal the very next day.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Reds down in order. And now the Guardians will see what their bats can do in a scoreless ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back now at Progressive Field. And on the mound in this one, Hunter Green.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan.
Ball 1, no strike.
Green, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a splitter, and occasionally mixes in the slurve. Left-hand hitter waits. Hard hit, right side. Over to first. One up, one down. Let's take a look at our lineup.
Kyle Manzardo.
Kyle Manzardo digs in now. High fly ball down the left field line. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Batting third, third baseman.
Here's Jose Ramirez.
Ramirez.
That's through there for a strike.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball, 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
2 out, space is empty. And it's even up.
1-1.
Just missed.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched it.
Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 2 down, nobody on. And a foul ball, he stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And look out, as that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. That misses. 1-0. Two outs. That pitch clips the outside corner, and the count 1-1. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And look out. That one gets him.
Right,
the second man he's plunked in this one.
Batting fifth.
Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate.
Thomas.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-1's the count.
And fouled off. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Here in Cleveland, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Tyler Stevenson. Bybee back to work. And there's a ball. Base knock center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Batting fifth, right fielder.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Jake Fraley, the next to hit for the Reds. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
And that's
off the
outside.
plate.
Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent. So you got to stay ready up there.
And a foul ball. Yeah, one of those umpires, you just have to know what to expect, right?
Exactly.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Stepping in, Spencer Steer. That one finds the zone. 0-1. That's a strike. Pitch misses there. And a count 1-2.
Excellent arm action on that two-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Stevenson at first, one gone. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
2 balls.
In the dirt. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
Next offering is downstairs. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Now batting Jamer Candelario. And first offering is fouled off. No score here in the second. And that one misses up and in.
1-1.
Ball 1. Just missed. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1 hit, 1 left. Now to the bottom of the second. We're tied, 0-0. Now here is Angel Martinez.
Second baseman, Angel Martinez.
First pitch misses. Fastball for a strike. Clips the corner, and that is strike 2. That one missed.
2-2 to count.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. That to right. Fraley should have it. Corrals it. One down.
Batting seventh, right fielder,
Will Brennan now at the plate. Swinging a foul straight back. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, reaching for it and brings it in.
batting eighth, catcher, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. Up and in, and that's ball one. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
He just threw that fastball by him,
2 strikes.
elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. So they go quietly there. We head on now to the top of the third. No score. And now it's Gavin
Leading off
Lux.
to the Reds, the designated
Lux
hitter, Gavin
measures
Lux.
6 feet 2 inches, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2016. And that's in for a strike. And now the
1 ball,
count
1
is
strike.
even.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
And that drops in for a strike. That one drilled left field. Kwan makes the catch. One away.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Austin Hayes.
And now it's Austin Hayes. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Top of the third, no score. Fouled off down the right side. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Got him swinging.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
TJ Friedel will hit next. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Two outs. Hard hit left side. Zips it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nobody left for Cincinnati. And we're still knotted at 0. Here's Brian
Leading
Rocchio.
off for the Guardians, the shortstop, Brian Rocchio.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
On the ground to the left. Candelario whips it across. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Now batting, left fielder,
Stephen Kwan getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. And another ball. And there's a ball.
No strike.
One out, base is empty. And a strike. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, a great back and forth, and that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Manzardo takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And that one pulled foul. Stays alive. On the ground to short, could be two. There's one.
That's an out.
And that's two.
Got him.
So they make short work of him there. On to inning number 4. We're tied 0-0. Now the number 2 hitter, Ellie De La Cruz. 0 for 1 so far. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Runner holds at second, so another base hit could get us the first run of the game.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Turned on that inside pitch nicely and ripped it down the line to pick up 2 bases. That can be a tough pitch to keep fair, but his timing was great. Now let's see if they can put up the first run of the game.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now it's the second baseman, Matt McClain.
Runner.
He's trying for third, pitching for a strike. Got him, and they get Ellie trying to steal.
That's just a poor decision right there, and I'm sure somebody's going to talk to him when he gets back into the dugout. You have to understand who's at the plate and who's coming up. These are guys that can drive the ball in the gap, hit the ball over the fence. You don't have to worry about being aggressive and trying to get yourself up, especially at third base in that situation. Just doesn't make any sense.
That's off the mark. 1-1.
Hoog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep, so pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now it's going to be Tyler Stevenson.
1-0.
That one outside. Ball 1.
Sometimes pitchers work him backwards, starting with the breaking ball, but it's a tricky approach. He almost wants to bait you out there to throw that stuff to start the at-bat.
This one in the air. Martinez makes the grab for the second out.
Up next for Cincinnati, right fielder Jake Fraley.
Jake Fraley, the next to hit for the Reds. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Now move to first.
No, he's in
McLean
there.
back in on a dive. And that's way high. And that is ball one. Just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
McLean leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Strike on the outside. It's 2-2.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Reds leave 1, and we are still scoreless. Three, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Now it's Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez.
And that one is downstairs. 1-0.
Ball 2.
Next offering is fouled back. That's outside. And now 3-1.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
Carlos Santana digs in for the Guardians. Throw over to first. Ramirez dives back in safely. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. And the Guardians jump in front. It's 2-0. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at-bat. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Here's Lane Thomas now. Went down on strikes his first time through. Tap foul at the plate.
You know, these Guardians doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Outside low. Now 1-2.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has a really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss, you go back to the dugout shaking your head.
That clips the zone.
No
0-2.
ball, 2 strikes.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Up and in. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Really nice job, a 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Yeah, the batter now, Will Brennan. Throw, and they got him.
Not a fast runner on the base pass, so this kind of looks like it was a hit-and-run call from the dugout. Got to make contact some way or somehow, because that guy's not going to be able to steal second base and be safe.
Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2.
And they'll do it again. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Line drive. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Carlos Santana so smooth for the Guardians. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Now at the plate, Spencer Steer. Caught looking his first time up. Bybee back to work.
So after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats. Well, these Reds, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
2-2 to count.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Oh, and the zone doesn't get the call. And now it's 3-2. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Next for Cincinnati, Jamer Candelario. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. Bybee picks over. Steer back on a dive.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap. When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Gavin Lux digs in now. He's 0 for 1. That one pulled foul. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw into third. Not in time. He's safe.
Now batting, left fielder, Austin Hayes.
Austin Hayes, the next to hit for the Reds. Struck out swinging his first time. That catches the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Two on, one out. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. This to third. Feed to second, that's one, and that's two.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians.
Catcher, Bo Naylor.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike. You think back to 2017 and Cleveland set a major league record. 22 consecutive wins they had. It was capped off with a 10-inning. Oh, gets dirty. And that's a great play for the out.
Now batting.
Man, a lot going on that play. Diving stop to his right in that hole. And then gets up and takes it himself. Man, it's a one-man show.
And here is Brian Rocchio. First time up, he grounded to third. And ball one.
Boog, and I remember early in that season covering them and talking to their staff and players, and they didn't feel like they had really clicked yet. Now, when I went back to do some research, looking at metrics like base runs, I realized they weren't scoring runs at the rate in which the data was saying they should be at. So the numbers were saying it was just a matter of time until they would take off. Little did we know that it would convert into a 22-game winning streak, and it took the baseball world by storm.
I love when you talk nerd to me. Next pitch misses, and that's ball three. Three-one, and he couldn't come up with it.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So the Guardians lineup turns over. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. He's 0 for 1. Runner takes off, and a foul ball. And there's a foul ball. Rocchio leads off first with one away. Just off the inside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Line drive, and that's down, a base hit. The throw in there safely. And the batter now, Kyle Manzardo, 0 for 2 in this one. Nasty pitch right there. It's 0-1. Ball one there.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
And that one almost hit him.
2 strikes.
Runners at the corners, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Good job to fight that one off. Inside, and the count's full.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And now Terry Francona makes his way out of the dugout towards the mound, and he'll make a change. Hunter Green, done for the afternoon. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for
New pitcher for the Reds, Tony Santillan.
Number 64.
Still pretty early in the ball
Tony
game, so this
Santillan.
bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
So in now for Cleveland, Jose Ramirez. Right through there for a strike.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Backed off the plate that time.
Ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The 2-1. Late swing, foul to the left.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. 2 on, 2 outs. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Nice work from the Cincinnati pen there. We're through 5. It's the Guardians 2 and the Reds nothing. So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Here's the center fielder, T.J. Friedl. Foul ball there.
All 1.
Misses
Ball,
outside, and that's ball 2. Just
ball 3.
missed.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
To the right side, Martinez sends it to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Now batting, shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. 1 for 2. That one is absolutely belted. Kwan raging back towards the wall. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. The shortstop takes the ball.
You know, one of the most memorable innings ever for Ellie happened in July 2023. In one inning, De La Cruz hit a 2-out single to take the lead and then proceeded to do something that a Reds player hasn't done in more than 100 years. He stole second, third, and home in the same inning. It only took 2 pitches for him to steal all 3 bases.
Kwan makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman,
Matt McClain now at the plate. Off the plate, and that's ball 1. And that one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. And that drops in for a strike. Just misses. And it's 2-2.
2-2 the count.
Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's the Guardians 2 and the Reds nothing. And here's the first baseman, Carlos Santana. He's already homered here in this one. Santana, a former Gold Glove winner, over 1,000 runs batted in his career, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
0-2 now. That
one ball,
way inside.
No, that's down.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Lane Thomas.
Here's Lane Thomas, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. There's a strike.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean,
0-1.
that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
In the air to left center. Hayes ranging after it. He makes the grab, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting, second baseman, Angel
2 down, base is empty.
Martinez.
And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Angel Martinez. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. And the 0-1. Strike on the inside corner. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Guardians fail to score as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. New pitcher now, Hunter Gaddis.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Tyler Stevenson getting ready to
catcher,
hit.
Tyler Stevenson.
Right through there for a strike.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Next pitch is downstairs. Action in the pen down there. Cade Smith appears to be getting loose. High fly ball out towards left center. Quan heads after it. And there's one down.
Now batting, right fielder, Jake Fraley.
And now, Jake Fraley. And a strike on the outside edge.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
The next offering misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Ripped towards third. Ramirez sends it to first, and he's out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Spencer Steer, the next to hit. He is struck out, and he is walked. Inside, almost got him. Fouled off left side. The Reds down by a pair here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering is down low. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one is back. And gone. All muscle to center field, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. Pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Base is empty with 2 away. In now for the Reds, Jeimer Candelario. You see the velocity 97 with that fastball. Looking to get the tying run on base. Got him looking for the K. Strike 3 called and a slider at the knees. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Left-hander out of the bullpen, Sam Mole.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is
for
where a
Cincinnati.
bullpen can give their players a chance
Number
to fight
50.
back into the game.
Sam Mole.
Stepping up for the
Leading off
Guardians,
for the
Will
Guardians.
Brennan.
Right fielder, Will Brennan.
That one
Ball
missing
one, no
inside. That one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. Fastball is outside. Next offering clips the zone count even at 2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Typically that high fastball, if it's
Up
close
next
to the
for the
top of the strike
Guardians.
zone, a hitter, if he's
Catcher,
prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little
Naylor.
jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Naylor, the batter
0-1's
now
the
as he
count.
swings and misses for strike 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
Aye.
Outside low. It's a ball and 2
1 ball, 2
strikes.
strikes, the count.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 1 down, base is empty. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. It's hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Brian Rocchio digs in now. He was late there, strike 1.
0-1.
Two down, nobody on. Fought off foul. Inside, almost
two
got him.
strikes.
Way inside, and that hit him.
That ball got him.
He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch.
Now batting.
So digging in,
left fielder,
Stephen Kwan.
Stephen Kwan.
And first offering is fouled off. Rocchio off of first with 2 away. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at
No
95.
balls, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two outs.
1 ball, 2
In the
strikes.
dirt, blocked. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
In the air, left side.